Howdy guys, this is Scott with Bally Slots again. Here I have a, I don't remember the model number. This is a Swedish Krona Las Vegas 3. I had this one come in a few years ago, maybe a year or two ago. And I also have the equivalent game in my garage, Swedish Poker. Just to let you know, the Swedish Mustang, the Swedish Las Vegas 3, and the Swedish Poker were all exactly the same game. The only difference is the graphics. Instead of having a crown for the Krona Las Vegas 3, it had a Mustang. And in the Poker, it had a Joker. Other than that, they're exactly the same. Just some differences in symbols like that. They are a bonus game, and the most you can win is 20 coins at a time. When this one came in, the top glass was perfect, but the real glass was almost completely destroyed. So I actually got all new glass made for it, and I had mine made in English. So instead of in Swedish. So this is a Las Vegas 3 Swedish Krona. Like I said, you have to excuse me, I do not remember the model number on this. I have a belly glass for it, but it's kind of ugly. It's got this Danish graphics on it, and it says cherry something in Swedish, or not Danish, Swedish. Anyways, we'll play the game, and you can see it also has a hold feature, and it is a bonus game. This one I have completely restored. So, inside and out, new glass, new formica, new whatever it needed. And you can see if you get 3 of the dancing girls or 3 Ballys, it lights the bonus game up. There we go, we got 2 cherries. And like I said, I had mine all done up in English, so kind of like it a little better that way. Nothing good yet. We'll hold those because we got 2 oranges. There we go. You can tell I play with them a lot, huh? Hey, we won. One thing about EMs, if they go for any great period of time without being played, sometimes they act up a little bit. So, and sorry about using my cell phone here again. I know it makes it a little blurry at times, but here you go. This is a Las Vegas 3 Swedish Krona. I made a few changes to this one. The bottom, normally they sit up and they have a box underneath them to hold coins and that. And this one I cut it off because it was severely damaged, so the door goes flush to the bottom instead of having like a box like this underneath it. So it's been cut off. I said I reformica'd all of it. One more thing I did was sometimes they have these big ugly hinges right here that stick out on the foreign machines, and the top one was all damaged and had been all welded up, and it was atrocious looking. So what I did was I actually, when I redid this and relaminated this cabinet and all that, I changed the hinges out on it to make this machine much prettier. We're going to open the door here. So now I have internal hinges in mine. It took a little bit of doing to get it all figured out, but the door, everything is completely rebuilt, top to bottom by me. As you can see, there's my card, West Coast Slots, Yuma, Arizona. Everything has been redone. Everything has been polished, gone through, painted, whatever, every inch. When I rebuild and restore a machine, I do it and do it right. Another thing I did too was I replaced it and I put a new handle and hub here. most of the Swedish machines, when they come in, they actually have been cut somewhere in this area. They've been cut out, and then a spring has been put in here. And I think it's maybe because the machine was a little higher up, and they were generally used in pubs or bars, and I think people were a little too drunk and they get too tough with them. So they actually weld a spring into this area right here, and that would make it, I guess, so people couldn't slam the handle as hard. So, so again, this is a Las Vegas 3, and I can tell you it's I believe a 961. I don't know if that was the poker or if that's the Las Vegas 3, but anyways, there we go. Oh, and the way that I filled in this area right here is you buy a large hole button to fill in for an electrical panel. You can buy polished ones like that, and sometimes you put a little piece of black plastic and you take the time to trim it, put it around. It has a really nice look, and it fills in those oddball holes. That would have been like a collect button for a credit if the machine had credits on it. But it makes it really nice and clean that way. And again, I always polish all the money bowls on a burnisher. I usually never use chromed ones, money bowls, because they're all chipped up and scratched up real bad. So I just like the traditional aluminum, and then just burnish them until they're a high mirrored finish. So here we go. And advice to all my viewers out there: collect logoed casino glass. And the reason I say that is, like myself, I have hundreds of sheets of it. And when I have a machine that comes in and there's no belly glass, or it's really ugly or something, I can make my machine really nice very quickly, very easily, because all I gotta do is find a piece that just goes well with it. And I do that quite often. Like my Lucky Twins right here. See, the Colonial Casino goes perfect in there. I've done that the same with a Mustang over here. And let's see if we can get it to refocus. The Castaways right here. It's got the green wood grain just the same as the rest of the Mustang, and it looks really nice. So by doing that, it finished off my machine. The Treasury, when it came in, there was no belly glass, but I had a sheet of green and yellow golden nugget, and it looks really nice, and it finishes the machine. So same with the Sundance right here, there was no belly on the bonus line. So just a recommendation. Again, if anybody has any parts, games that they might think I'm interested in, glass, anything like that, for the kind of games that I collect here, please send me an email, scottcindysammy@gmail.com. Again, that's scottcindysammy@gmail.com, spelled SCOTTCINDYSAMMY@gmail.com. And again, thank you very much for viewing my page here. And if you guys have any questions as well, you're always more than welcome to send me an email, and I do my best to answer them back. Thank you.